Erev Tov Chavrim, I'm Stephen Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live, and Sputnik is reporting that Obama's nightmare, Iraqis set to sue the U.S. government for war crimes. According to the article here, as Congress attempts to override a presidential veto of legislation that would allow U.S. citizens to sue foreign governments over terror attacks, an organization representing Iraqis killed or wounded by U.S. military is threatening to sue American government for war crimes. The Iraqi National Project has stated that the Justice Against Sponsors of Terror Acts, which would allow 9/11 victims and families to sue Saudi Arabia over the nation's role in the attack, has opened a pathway for lawsuits against foreign governments. The White House claims that the bill was vetoed because it would open the floodgates for other nations and organizations to sue the U.S., which is exactly what the Iraqi group wants to do. Oh my gosh. Friends, let me just say something to you here. Things are going on like crazy everywhere in the world. It is a very serious situation. Wealthy Gulf states may arm Syrian rebels to get the Russians to back off, says a U.S. official on RT News. We are working on several different stories on several different fronts here that we're working on the Mekodeshet. There's things even that are going on in and around Syria that we have not reported on, but we have our own evidence from the front lines that we took ourselves that we've been wanting to bring out, but there's been certain issues that we held back for that we are now ready to bring forth some of this news broadcast. Also, the broadcast that we're working on regarding the phosphoric and other incendiary devices that are being used in Syria. The conflict that we're about to see erupt here in Europe. Guys, we are actually on the brink of a war right here in Europe. Military movement is already getting ready to start to take place around October the 10th. There is a lot of military movement again in the Baltic states on the Russian border. Very concerned that Europe is fixing to get embroiled into a major war. There were also spotted, something else I want to share with you, there were spotted Black Hawk helicopters landing inside of Hungary. I had my father-in-law look at this news here. It was actually sent to me by a tweet on our Twitter account, Israeli News Live on Twitter. And my father-in-law looked at this very much in detail. It is a secret NATO drill going on in Hungary as well. Very serious things that are going on all over Europe here. We are going back on the front lines again here within about a week. We'll either be in Hungary because we want to go to look at the wall that is being built. Also, the Hungarian president has kicked out the Rothschild Bank out of their own country. There's several nations that have done that. Russia did it, Hungary has done it, and I believe Iceland has done this. And we're trying to get a grip on these stories to bring them to your attention. We do need your help in making that happen, and we don't like to ask very often. We try to just make that only twice a month that we come out and bring this to your attention. So probably the next day or so here, we'll just remind those that listen that you're the ones that make this happen, and we are traveling to the front lines to get all the information we can to bring you news, not just sitting here looking at websites, but physically going to the front lines for you guys. We'll be in Sweden to cover Pope Francis going there to do his ecumenical move once again. And again, the Mekodeshet, you will be getting an incredible message on Mekodeshet. You have no idea what was done, why it was done. And there's some things we could not do while we were there in Israel. There are safety concerns that we have because of the things that we're exposing. There's also a major troop movement in Israel right now. And I believe that Prime Minister Netanyahu is doing this. We're going to show you the actual footage of these things. But I think that the Prime Minister is doing this because he knows the war is about to escalate in Syria. And he's getting ready to protect the Israeli people in the Golan. I'm Stephen Ben-Nun. Do remember us, IsraeliNewsLive.org or IsraelReturns.com. You can donate at either place, and we thank you so kindly for your donations. Those of you that have mailed things into us, you may have even mailed it before we left for Israel there. We have not had a chance to respond yet because we haven't been to the post office, and it does take two, sometimes 3 weeks for us to get a letter from America. But we do want to say thank you so kindly for those that send it by mail as well. We love you guys. And thank you, those of you that send us the emails that you're praying for us, that you can't help financially. That means the world to us as well. Every person has their place to play. And if it's in prayer, if it's in helping financially and prayer, whatever it is, we thank God for your help, and God bless you for it. I'm Stephen Ben-Nun with Israeli News Live.